Well, hi. This is one of those sections where I really look forward to sharing my experiences while I went to high school. My grandparents' generation created three high schools in New York City: Bronx High School of Science, Peter Stuyvesant in Manhattan, and Brooklyn Technical High School in Brooklyn, New York. You had to be in the top 10% of your school district in order to qualify to even take the test to get into one of those schools. And then you basically had to be in the top 10% of the testing that was done for applicants going to each of those schools. So here is what I certainly remember from Brooklyn Tech. I got a great education, but I learned I had to travel to school. I had to take a bus and a subway to get to downtown Brooklyn, where basically that's where our school was. Okay. And what I learned was never be late for class or school when that bell rang, because if you did, you had to come in early the next day to serve detention. There was great laboratories and shops throughout the school. I never understood why you had to have a little shape on a piece of wood that you were making until we went into the foundry and found out that that's the way you make a mold, by having to pull out that original piece. It was really great. What I do remember about that high school is the first day I walked into the gymnasium. Up above was a beautiful track around the whole, gym, but inside were two bowling alleys. This was certainly before automatic pin spotters came up. So I still remember looking at that. There was a health education director, Marty Lefkowitz, okay, was the coach of the newly formed bowling team. And I took this game up very, very seriously. In fact, in my junior and senior year, Brooklyn Tech, we had number one in the PSAL. And I remember, maybe 25 years ago, going back just to see the school, and there was that trophy with my name on it. Okay. What I also remember about the school is that we started a Jewish fraternity. Remember, we were coming from neighborhoods where we were brought up where this is the Jewish community, this is the Italian community, this is whatever it be, okay? And we had a group from all over the city, and it was really neat. And then one day, one of my friends calls me, he says, "Hey, this gal offered for us to come over and have a cozy party at her house on Saturday night and to bring four of my friends." Well, as it turned out, Elaine and I just celebrated our 60th wedding anniversary. What a treat. I also remember in Brooklyn Tech, okay, graduation, I always wanted to be an engineer. And City College, which was free, had a great engineering school. The difference when I got out and I graduated with a 93 average, and I could not get into the city colleges during the daytime because, okay, there was a very large influx of immigrants coming from Puerto Rico during the 50s, and they felt they didn't have enough opportunity to get to this free college. So all of a sudden, I had to go to night school the first year, and I worked in a bank, learned, as a secretary, learned how to type very early in life, and in fact, met my wife, and we became, really close friends. So anyway, my thoughts of Brooklyn Tech, you see it behind me. Unbelievable. 6,000 boys at the time went there. And we had everything to learn: 97, 99% graduation. We've had 17 astronauts that are alumni. And this year, the school just celebrated their 100th anniversary. Thank you for listening to me.